Welcome to Locker Room Sports Talk.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Locker Room Sports Talk. I'm your host, Big Matt. It is Thursday. That means it's Polish Day podcast. Guys, we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Glad y'all could stop by and make me a part of your day here at Locker Room Sports. Just hanging out, talking football. Today is high school football because we're going to be talking about the Polish Day podcasting. It's the day we're getting ready to put a tie on all this stuff, and then we're going to roll out here tomorrow night and going to play some football. We've got some senior nights going on here around in the county and the area. Big region games kind of for everybody. It's kind of getting that. It's kind of getting that time of year, here we are. It's put up or shut up time, right? It's time to put your money where your mouth is. And, some teams are playing for a position of third or fourth in their regions. And some people are playing for first to take over the first, stage spots in their region. So let's start out here with – I'll work from the back today, from front here. Sandrock Wildcats will be hosting a game at they will be – what the heck is crap? Why is it got an ad up on the page? I'm so confused right now. Hang on a second. Sorry. It's pulling an ad up and I can't see the page, so I'm going to have to go on my phone here. Yep. So Sandrock is going to be open this week. Last week they played Pisgah, and we broke that game down for you. So they'll be having on idle date. So we'll start from the back. Okay. No more ads, please. Thank you. Cedar Bluff is the team that's playing Pisgah this week. Last week, Sandrock played Pisgah. So Cedar Bluff Tigers going to be hosting Pisgah over here. 7 o'clock, LD Bruce Field. Go over there and see the Diamond Dean and get you free autographs. And he'll come by and hang out with you. What's going on there, Mr. Shane? Go Fairview Aggies. Hey, heck yeah, man. Good luck to y'all this weekend. Hang around here and we'll go through some of them and some other top games around here in the state. First of all, we're going to take a look here at our local stuff. Hey, why are you already over there? I mean, y'all are just sitting there looking right at it. Just thumbs up right there. All you got to do is hit the thumbs up. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We sure appreciate it. But more importantly, hit the thumbs up. We sure would appreciate it. Ben, what's going on over there? Yep. Cedar Bluff going to be playing Pisgah this year. They've got a good squad this year. Well, they usually do. I don't mean to say this year, really. 244 points for, and they've given up only 161 points right now. They're 4-2 overall. They're 3-0 in that 2A Region 7. So that's probably going to mean they're going to be top of that region right now, and they're tied with North Sand Mountain and win-loss. North Sand Mountain is undefeated in their overall record, so they've let them be ahead in that. Okay, yeah, North Sand Mountain's doing they're doing a good job up there this year with them. So what are we looking at here, Matt? What are you talking about? They're 4-0 at home, and Pisgah's 0-2 away. So could this be the Tigers' lucky weekend and to show up over here and play hard and play tough? And they've given a great week to dedicate their time to practice. The game's played on the field, and we wish all our county guys luck and hope they could go over there and get the W at LD Bruce Field at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. If you're around there in the area, go by and support the guys. And tell them we sent you by there and holler at Diamond Dean there and go to the section stand and get you a hot dog and a drink. Next up here on the list, Spring Garden. They're 4-3 overall right now, 2-2 in their 1A Region 8. they're going to be hosting Gainesville. The Fighting Naps will be traveling all the way across county, come through Cedar Bluff, and go to the big town center and make a left over there, and probably go down towards Piedmont and make a left up there again, and make a right, then a left, then another right. And I think they'll put them right there at the field. I've drove a lot of times, can you tell? Been over there a lot over the years. Visit Spring Garden. Our first 2 years, they were Luke was our player of the year, like 2 years in a row, and the boys constantly over there when we had ways to make shirts and stuff like that. I'd go over there and take them shirts for Player of the Week stuff. Okay, so right now, what was we looking into their region? 1A Region 8 right now looks like Appalachian. They're just rolling right along right now, 7-0. They're 1-3-0 region play. Woodville's 3-0 in wood play. They're 5-1 overall. Spring Garden come in third, 2-2 and 4-3 region play. Valley Head at 4, Raglan at 5, and Gainesville 6, and Outer at 7. So Gainesville 1-2, but in region play, but 3-3 overall. So this could get them a 2-2 type situation, with Raglan just being right ahead of them in a 1-2 situation. So let's look at Raglan. We're going to talk about this area stuff here and see how this is going. Raglan's going to have Appalachian, and they are points for 175. They give up 225. So how could that kind of play out for them? You know, what does this mean for Spring Garden and Gainesville game? It means that it's an important game because it's the next game, and you got number 3 playing number 6. But the things between 4 and 6 are just 1-win difference. Now, Valley Head also will have a game. They're playing. I think they play this week too. Yeah, they got Woodville. Wow, there's some good games. Oh boy, man. This would be a great opportunity for an underdog team. If they could pull something together, this would be a great chance for Spring Garden to go 3-2 over there in the region, and probably lock down that spot, being 3-2 over there, seeing it. Let's see here. Let's see. They have already beat Valley Head and Raglan. Yeah. That for that 3 spot, you know, and then depending on yeah, I think that's how it would go. I really do. Woodville's 3-0 in the region, and so is Appalachian. So, let's see. Then Woodville. That's the way it's pronounced. I'm just telling you what I've been told from people over that way. Woodville. And Woodville and Appalachian play next week. So if they both come away with a big W this weekend, that could be that'll be for the 1 spot. I mean, it's going to be Woodville will be at Appalachian. So next week, but right now this week for Woodville's going to be taking on Valley Head. So Gainesville coming over town. Like I said, it's a great opportunity. It's a good opportunity for Coach Knapp and the guys to. I know, you know, showing them there at the 6th spot, but you know, if they could get a win here and somebody else lost over there, it'd be a good opportunity for them to get in there. And we always want to see all our county guys teams get in the playoffs. It don't always happen, but we're rooting for it to happen. So Gainesville, Spring Garden, Cedar Bluff, Sand Rock playing the Old By Monster, Coach Nelson over there. That leads us to Cherokee County Senior Night over here tomorrow at Bobby Joe Johnson Field. Cherokee County rolling right along right now. They are 176 points scored, only giving up 116. 5-2 overall, and 3-1 in that 4A Region 6, which is 4A Region 6 is by far I mean, you know, I'm going to be a little biased. That's okay. I can be. It's my show. I think they're the best. I think this 4 Region 6 is the best region in the North. One of these teams, and it is so close right now, it's just crazy. Hokes Bluff coming to town. Good Lord, man. We got to go over here and look at the 4A Region 6 standings. I kind of, know where everybody's laying right now, but Anniston, of course, has won. They're 4-0 in region. Cherokee County 3-1 with only a loss to Anniston. Alexandria 3-1 with only a loss to Anniston. Asheville 3-1, and they're only it was at Hokes Bluff. They're all lost just to Anniston. I thought Hokes Bluff. Okay, I didn't know they had played Anniston yet. My bad. And Hokes Bluff at 5, Oneonta 6, Etowah at 7, White Plains at 8. So, what does this mean for Hokes Bluff? They're sitting right outside now, and with them and the schedule remaining, this is a let's see. This is it's a must-win game for Hokes Bluff. They've lost these 2 region games to 2 good opponents. I mean, Anniston and Alexandria. And they've played number 1 and number 3 in the region right now. I'm talking about Hokes Bluff. So it's a must-win game for them. Cherokee County gets the win against Hokes Bluff, but they still got Alexandria. They got to go up to the Valley. Coach Ginn and the Valley Dogs. Well, they're the Bears, but I meant the Hot Dogs. What I meant. Wow. They play Cherokee County next weekend. So next weekend we got some barn burners. Gosh, man, that's the time we need a helicopter. Then they got Etowah and Munford. So, yeah, Alexandria going to be at Asheville. I'm really curious about that game. What do y'all think? I am really curious about that one. So we're just talking about some regions through the county here. Broke down some Spring Garden, some Cedar Bluff, and looked at their region, kind of where everybody's at and who needs to win which one, and what if this one loses or what if that one wins. We're just playing the what if game tonight, okay? Yeah. Wow, man. Let me think. That would make them 4-1. Alexandria, if they win, they'll be 4-1. Oh, me. If Alexandria beats Asheville and Cherokee County beats Hokes Bluff, they'll be 4-1 for the region. And both of them's on a loss coming to Anniston. So then their game at Alexandria will be for numero loser gets the tray spot, which is still in the playoffs. But 3 will play a 1. So let's take note of that. And we'll talk some playoffs if you want to. I like doing these plan far in the future stuff. It's just fun. I mean, this is the locker room. We're just sitting around shooting the breeze. And we love our county here and the games and matchups we got coming in for this weekend's good games and next weekend's some really good games. So that is, let's take notes here, class. All right, everybody got their pencils. 4A Region 6. So I'm pretty sure I've seen the brackets already. 7 plays 8, and 5 will play 6. So considering that Cherokee County and Alexandria will just playing the what if. If they both may lose Friday. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But if they both win this weekend, and when they play next weekend, the loser of Cherokee County and Alexandria, Coach Ginn and Coach Kelly, would play. That would put them a 3. So 1 plays 3 and 2 will play a 4, right? So that would put them playing 4A Region 5. 4A Region 5, number 1. So let's go to AHSAA and 25. Region 5, 4A right now is Hamilton. So sorry, don't know a lot about Hamilton. Apologize to people in Hamilton Alabama. The Aggies of Hamilton, 7-0, 4-0 in the region. This 4A Region 5. Ads, good Lord, stop. I can't read. Now, this Region 5 consists of Hamilton at 1, Good Hope at 2, which is also 6-0, 4-0 region. Number 3, Fayette County, 5-2, 4-0 in the region. Then you got Cordova, Curry, Fultondale, Dora, and Haleyville, which seem to be, they're like, 2-4, 2-5, 1-5. So the top 3 it seems like a top heavy kind of region. These 3 teams, Hamilton, Good Hope, and Fayette County. So let's see about Hamilton, who they've played in this 4A Region 5. They've beat Hale County, beat Phil Campbell, beat Cordova by 3 touchdowns, beat Dora 42-0, beat Curry by about 5 touchdowns. They beat Selligent by a lot, beat Fultondale by a lot. They got Good Hope this weekend. So we're trying to put together an analysis. Again, this is considering if Cherokee County and Alexandria both win tomorrow, and then when they play next week, the loser of that game they're going to be third. Okay, the winner would Cherokee County wins, they'll stay safe. If not, they'll swap. Hale County. So we'll open the game of the year. They beat Hale County, and the Hale County is 3A Region 3. Okay. And they beat Phil Campbell by a good bit. Phil Campbell is 3-3 overall. They're in 3A Region 5. So far they're just, this Hamilton team is playing a lot of 3A teams. Don't know a lot about them. Just looking at some of the teams here that they're playing, telling you who they're playing. They beat a 2-4 Cordova, which is in their region. So, so 5 plays 6 and 7 plays 8. Then the winner of 7 and 8 combined will play the winner of combined of 5 and 6. So right now you would have like just say if this all shook out like number one played number one in the semis, you'd have Hamilton play Anniston, and the winner of that team game would play the winner of Deshler and Plainview. So you could play the magic game and say how many points for and against this team has, and say Plainview pulls out the win, and say Anniston pulls out the win. Then you'd have Anniston versus a Plainview in a semifinal game. Well, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So, looked at all the county stuff, kind of break everybody down and give them a look and see who's, possibility of playoffs and maybe where they may land and that type of stuff. Let's look here at, because Sandrock and Cedar Bluff are going to be right there amongst each other with this scheduling. And so they're 2A Region 7 and Sandrock 6, Cedar Bluff's 5, both 1-3. Sandrock's off this week. Cedar Bluff's got Pisgah. And after, of course, the Pisgah game, then Cedar Bluff will travel to Sandrock. So what we're telling you is next week, next Friday night, a lot of big games. Cedar Bluff is 2-5 on the season. Sandrock 1-6 on the season, but they're both 1-3 in the region. So now section is 4. They're hanging around that 4 spot. I think that your top 3, North Sand, Pisgah, Pleasant Valley. North Sand and Pisgah is kind of inspiring that they may beat Cedar Bluff tomorrow night. They will be kind of done for the year. They'll be kind of pretty much set. North Sand's kind of took care of business. Everybody. I think the top 3 is kind of already set to how they are. So that's going to leave the 5 and 6 with them having a tied region record. That's going to leave them in a shootout next weekend at Sandrock. That's always been a great game just for our county and my school, Cedar Bluff and Sandrock. I mean, it's just that's the game, back in the day that you always wanted to go to and everybody was excited for. Sandrock was, that mark in the mid-'80s, winning state and that 1A Area 13. That we were a part of here in small town USA football. So Sandrock's going to stay 1-3. So if Cedar Bluff was to fail tomorrow night, that would put them at 1-4. So that'd put them at 6 and Sandrock at 5. So I guess you would have it just because Pisgah would have, if Cedar Bluff loses, they would have beat both teams if they win tomorrow. So that'd make Cedar Bluff 1-4 and Sandrock 1-3. But overall record, Cedar Bluff's 2-5, so they'd be 2-6 if they lost tomorrow. So that would put, let's see, what is overall points for and against? Cedar Bluff scored 119, Sandrock scored 102. You would go to uncommon opponent, but you don't have to do that because they're going to play the next weekend. So if Cedar Bluff loses to Pisgah tomorrow, they'll be 1-4. Sandrock be 1-3. And if Cedar Bluff goes to Sandrock and Cedar Bluff beat them, then they would be tied. Oh, man. So then they're both 1-4. So then you would take the head-to-head, and if Cedar Bluff won to make them both have a record of 1-4, then the head-to-head, Cedar Bluff would be ahead. So through all that high school arithmetic, it seems that they're going to have to. It'd be great for the Bluff to get a win on a week that Sandrock's idle. That could be a lot of, they could be 2-3 in the region. That would put them at their tied with section, which is at 4. But let's see, you do common opponents, which Sandrock beat section 35-12. But then okay, now we're getting into fuzzy water because Sandrock's beat number 4 already. So, but they're sections 2 and 2 in the region. And Cedar Bluff lost a section. So a common opponent would be section, which Sandrock has the upper hand. But if the head-to-head, if Cedar Bluff was to win, I think that game next Friday, then that's just the best way to break it down. And that game next Friday is going to break it down to who could. Well, but if section. Let me look at that one more time. I see who section plays. Who they got this week? I got number 1 North Sand Mountain. So if North Sand takes care of business, like we kind of assume, or just assuming by the road they've been traveling, wide open, just beating people 274 and only give up 13 points this season. That's like one of those old North Sand teams that we were playing when my son played, and we were 2A with them. Yeah, that region had 5 in it too. Yeah. Why didn't you win region championship? Because 5 was in the middle of a dynasty. That's why. And North Sand Mountain was the only. 5 was the only loss in their North Sand Mountain's record every year. So, gosh, that put them 2-3. Head-to-head's over. I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to matter no way at all. I don't think Cedar Bluff Sandrock's going to, even if section loses that game. Sandrock's got Gaston and Whitesburg Christian Academy or something else. And Gaston is 0-3 in the region, so Sandrock would have, if they beat Cedar Bluff, they'd be 2-3, and then beat Gaston, they'd be 3-3. And Cedar Bluff would be. I don't know if they can even get. I don't know. I don't even. What I'm saying is, I'm diving in here to section. Because they got North Sand, Pleasant Valley. Oh, Lord. And Woodville left. Holy crap. They got the top three teams left in the – God, man, how did that work out? Golly, man, your next surprises for section. You get to play number 1, 2, and 3 in your region the next 3 weeks. Come on down. Wow. Okay. All right. We'll look at some top 10 action, some other games around the state. Holy moly. That I'll just tell you now, that 2 Region 7 Cedar Bluff Sand Rock section, that little thing that's going on right there, anybody watching, the kids watching, just go win your games because it's going to matter, because it's going to come down the last week, because section still got 3 region games where you can even really, because they're holding on that 4th spot in that region to make a playoff spot. But if they lose those last 3, I'm not saying they could, but Lord, man, they're playing the best the 3 in North Sands ain't give up but 2 touchdowns the whole season. That region's going to be a mess. And Cherokee County region, it's not even that bad. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Locker Room Sports Talk. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, like the old video, and we'll take a look through some Class 1A region stuff and talking here. And let's hit the Peanut Gallery. What up, Zachary? Go Warriors against Hoax Bluff. Asheville loses to Alexandria. He picks. Okay. Cherokee County is going to need to lock in for this region. Yeah, this weekend and next, man. They're going to have every game's important. And I know coaches, the most important game is the next game because it's the next game. Got it. I used to give that speech all the time. That 2A Region 7 over there, crap. Man, yeah, tough schedule for section. Crap. They play 1, 2, and 3 the last 3 games. That'd be like Alabama playing Oregon, Miami, and Ole Miss. Ohio State, Oregon, and Ole Miss like last 3 games. Yeah, good luck winning those, buddy. There's your last 3 games for the season. Well, all righty. Yeah, if you just win them, it won't matter. 19 regions of the playoffs spots won't be determined until the last game. Yeah, because that Cherokee County region's it is a big region up, but with Anniston already winning the games that they have, then I think they're going to be. They'll probably be 1. Yeah, I think they've kind of got that sewed up. Plainview beats Madison Academy. Plainview will be the 1 seed. Madison Academy will be 2. Yeah. Class. So I got a few 1A matchups around the state here. We got some good ones. Fantastic games this weekend. Maplesville will be playing Billingsley, hosting them. Maplesville's 6-0 right now. How about the 2 undefeateds? Wadley's going to play Lee Scott Academy. Phew, man. Many more interesting ones. I ain't going to tell them all because, Haverhill 6-0. They're playing 3-3 Brilliant. Winterboro's going to host Woodland. Appalachian and Raglan. All right, Class 2A. Coosa's going to be at 6-1 Cold Springs. 3A matchups. Piedmont's going to be at JB Pennington this weekend. Gordo will host Vinemont. Not bad. And no. Yeah, I think we talked about this Sunday. Cottage Hill is going to host Bayside Academy 5-1. Bayside Academy. And Class 4A. St. Michael just beat Jackson. Then they're going to go home. Now they're going to play 5-1 Mobile Christian. That'd be a good game. Jackson's is going to be home there. They're going to play Orange Beach. Anniston's at Etowah. Undefeated Good Hope at number 10 ranked in 4A. 7-0 undefeated Hamilton. So Good Hope could put a loss on the column for them, maybe. Madison Academy and New Hope. New Hope's 2-4 right now. Plainview versus North Jackson. Jesler and Brooks. Be a good game. Class 5A. Skim through these. Viger. Undefeated. Viger. Moody at Leeds. That game called something. I'm gonna look. Let me look that up. Moody versus Leeds High School football. I seem like it's Moody and Leeds. Ain't there some kind of okay, there we go. I knew it was something. All right. Called the Battle of the Bridge, football rivalry between Moody and Leeds, with Leeds holding the historical advantage through Moody won the most significant game, they said, 2024 state semifinals to reach their first championship. Leeds has won most of the games in the series, but the rivalry is so intense and very competitive, with the teams being regional rivals. Class 5A in Alabama high school football dominant team. Leeds has historically won this game, winning the most of them, but close ones in the community in that area. The rivalry is fueled by close proximity of the towns and is shared aspect of the community, such as restaurants and businesses. High stakes between Moody and Leeds have always been that way, often including their regional matchups, sometimes even a spot for the state title. While Leeds does have the edge, the game are often hard fought, with Moody's defense playing a key role in their most significant and their most recent game against each other. Leeds has 13-2 advantage in the series. Played sporadically since 1982. And one of those Moody wins came from a 2011 forfeit. Let's see what the old this is an old article. This is last year. Top 5 teams. What was the one? Okay. Told you. Very interesting. Very interesting. I knew there was Battle of the Bridge. That's a good matchup, man. South Choctaw and Leroy. Yeah, Leroy's a fine fitting football team. Always are. Andalusia at Eufaula. Winner will be 5A Region 2 champ. I don't know. That's a good question. I've seen something about that. Oh, what are we doing, man? What? Did y'all see why they canceled the game? And I ain't going to spend but about the next 5 seconds on it. I'm on pause for 3 of them. That don't make no sense. Because the way kids are dressed up. What? Come on, man. We got to do better as people. You cancel a darn high school football game because of, I had no idea what happened. I thought there was like a somebody got hurt or there was some kind of altercation at one of the schools and maybe somebody's life was threatened, they wrote a letter out like it was life threatening. Come on, man. We got to be better men as people. We can't just assume that, like, nah, man, come on. Stop letting the small 0.00001% make the decisions for letting them, their ideologies take over and take, fun away from kids playing a high school football game. Guys, a lot of these kids that play around football, they'll never play football again. It's their last time, and football is the only game that you can't play by yourself. You can't go out in the yard and throw the ball up and catch it with your glove. I guess you could catch the football that way, but you can't just go out in the yard and shoot hoops. Man, come on, man. These kids will never play football again, most of them. Yeah, play the game. Come on, man. It's bad call administration. I'll call it. I don't care. I just don't. What are they going to do? Cancel me? You can't cancel me. It just seems a little prevalent that we're there. Really? Yeah, it's just, come on, man. People, let's just do better to each other as people and not take things so they dressed up. Well, you feel threatened. Somebody may. Why? Why would somebody stop trying to hurt each other? Just go play the game. Go out there and play football and hurt each other on the field. You got pads and helmets. Come on, man. Let's just do better. Let's see. Priceville is going to host Fairview, another 4A, 5A matchup. Sorry. Corner is still 5-1. Okay. Clay Chalkville at 1-5 Huffman. Saraland going to host St. Paul. Great game. Wow. Looking for some 6A ride or die stuff. If you want somewhere. Muscle Shoals and Jasper's both undefeated games going to play. Russell County's off. Homewood's off. Spain Park Chelsea. Stanhope Elmore. I don't know nothing about them. Guys, tell me about Stanhope Elmore. Pike Road's going to be hosting them this week. Pike Road's a great football program. I mean, that's where Junkins went from Ole Miss to Ohio State. That's where he was from. I watched him play a state championship game. Saw Lane Kiffin whistled at him like that, waved at him up in the stands, had his visor and had his phone like this, and he just, had his phone. Oh, yeah. Seen Lane Kiffin up there that day. He was sitting over there by himself in that end zone section. One of my favorite teams. I love watching these. I don't know anybody from down there. I used to know because I lived down there for a year. But Mary G. Montgomery, 7-0. He's going to be at Fairhope, 6-1. I like watching them play. I don't know what got me on how they play. They play an exciting style of football. They got playmakers all over the field. Very fun to watch. But most of the 7A teams, they got so many athletes out there. The speed, it's just so fast. The game, how they run and catch the ball. They're diving, one-handed catches, and big-time athletes in these games. Carver Montgomery is going to host Central Phoenix City. They both only have one loss. So it seems like tomorrow night, if you're around Montgomery, whether you're going to, I think Mary G is a little south of Carver, I think. But Carver Montgomery. I think Carver Montgomery is a little bit norther in the town. God, it's been so long, man. That's been, almost 40 years. Wow, gosh. Yeah, it's been a while. Let's go through, hit these last ones, get off that. Okay. Probably a dozen. Seems like there's probably a really good dozen. Good games. Some good games right here in the area. Let's see what though the old AEWSA Alabama Writers Association has. You can find that stuff you can find all this stuff using like AO.com, and you can pull articles and they'll have their rankings with the state. So 7A, Central Phoenix City is 1, Thompson 2, Mary E.G. getting a vote. 6A, Clay Chalkville, Saraland, Muscle Shoals, Hartsville at 4. I watched them play the other night, by the way. They were on TV. They look like Alabama. I mean, their uniforms, the red helmet and numbers. And they played a close game there for a while. Who did they play? I watched them on it was you could get it like on Alabama Public TV. They got a good football team. 2 tailbacks can get it done. Quarterback's got a good long game. A receiver can catch the ball. They throw the backs out of the backfield. Lyman, they're a 6A school. They got some big houses up front, lineman-wise. Talking about Hartsville. Good football team. It's a good game. Parker's at 5. So, and Benjamin Russell County, Pike Road at 8, Spain Park, and Homewood. Looks like St. Paul had some votes. McAdory and Jasper. 5A, Viger Williamson, Moody at 3, Fairview, Gunnersville at 5, Central Clay at 6, Northside 7, St. Clair County 8, Corner. Talked about them a while ago. 9, Priceville at 10. Also, Ramsey, Andalusia, Jacksonville, Golden Eagles around here local. They're 4-3, not doing so great. Leeds is also mentioned there. Carver of Birmingham, not Carver Montgomery. And you follow Class 4A, 1 through 10. Looks a little something like this. Receiving 17 votes out of the same 18, I think is what it says. St. Michael at number 1. Jackson at 2. Their losses are to St. Michael and Saraland. West Morgan at 3, which every year they're ranked every year. And I'm not taking no shots at no kids at all. This is about people that vote for this. So remember that when I'm not saying no team is bad. I don't think kids are bad at football. I think there's inexperienced kids in football. I'm not ever going to say a kid's bad. I've coached them too much, and I love kids. And everybody from the smallest 1A to the biggest 7A, I'll go to practice Monday through Wednesday and work hard. But then, they rank them up high every year. And this may be their year. I don't know. But just from watching them in their region and then seeing them play, I don't know. It just seemed like they miss on some part of the game. But they always get a lot of accolades, get a lot of talk. They're 3. Anniston at 4. I mean, seeing where Anniston is, maybe I'm being a homer for my region, but I'm just saying that where's the toughest 4A North football been played? For the last 3 years, I guarantee, factually, it's been out of that region with Anniston, Cherokee County, Hopes Bluff, Alexandria. Those are the teams from the north. One of those teams, Cherokee County being that one for the past 3 consecutive years, that region has always pretty much, that's the team that goes to state to play the South team. That's true. We can look it up. We know who it was the last 3. Anniston 4. I like them to be a little higher. I just do. Good Hopes 5, Madison Academy 6, Cherokee County 7, Plainview, Coach Pruitt taking over there undefeated, and then 9 Dexter, and then that Hamilton team, they keep popping up on here 7-0. But we've seen who they played, and they play their teams in their region, and they can't help where their region is. It's the way it is. Alexandria also getting some talk here, votes in there. Hanley, Mobile Christian, Bullitt County 3A, number 1 through 10. Most of the votes, all of them but 1, going to Mars Hill at 1. Piedmont 2. Gordo getting 1 vote. They're 3. 5, 4. South Side of Selma. Geraldine at 6. I shout out Coach Michael. That Cottage Hill Christian team, man. 7. 8's Bayside Academy. 9, Montgomery Academy. 10, TR Miller. They get a lot of love, too. they've been playing football a long time, and they get a lot of attention. They're 5-2. They got them ranked 10. So you go through their schedule, look who they've lost to. But Lee Scott is not on there, but they're mentioned. Undefeated. Thorsby, undefeated, mentioned but not ranked. Winfield, Westbrook Christian, 5-1. Their only loss to number 2, Piedmont, mentioned, but not on the top 10. So there you go. All right, 2A. Laverne, undefeated, 6-0. Coosa Christian. 3, Arlington. 4, Tuscaloosa Academy. 5, Reeltown, the returning champs, 5-2. Pisgah at 6, which will be at Cedar Bluff tomorrow night. Number 6 in 2A. Pleasant Valley over there, which they were 3 in that region over there with Cedar Bluff, and then North Sand Mountain 1 in that region. So that region, Cedar Bluff, Sand Rock region, has number 6, 7, and 8 ranked state. North Sand Mountain 8, Lynette number 9. Seen them win some state games. Always a deep team in the playoffs. And then Vincent at 10. Goshen getting mentions. Red Bay, been up there one time. His junior year, we made second or third round. I think it was third. Okay. And then finally, Class 1A, number 1, not surprising, sort of. Wadley's going to be 1. They're 7-0. 6-0, Maples at 2. 7-0, Leroy at 3. 6-0, McKenzie at 4. Number 5, Winterboro 6-0. 6, Hubbardville 6-0. 7, Addison 6-1. South Choctaw, being mentioned them, they're number 8 ranked in the state, 6-0. Appalachian in that region with Spring Garden and Galesville, number 9 in the state, 7-0. And in Hackleburg, which we've seen them before, football. I think we had them in baseball one year too. And then kind of new on the scene for them. Hey, shout out Woodville, 5-1. University Charter, Barry, Brantley, Lynn, getting mentions there. But historically, this besides Pickens County, because when you say 1A football north, it's Pickens County. I mean, they've just been always the ones that just dang them. It's just what it is. I mean, go look it up. And they're not having a good year this year. Them are Sweetwater. And so we are in the South. But not seeing Pickens County and Sweetwater ranked in 1A by the press, it's a little strange for an old guy like me. Now, Leroy and Lynn, how long have they been 1A, though? So I'm pretty sure Leroy was rocking 2A for a while because something like them or Lynn. I remember Fife playing them, having a shootout with them a couple of years ago. And let's see, dig around over here and do ads. Ads. And some power rankings. Associated Press, pick, poll, region. Region 6, 4A, power rankings. Just ranking this by a ranking system. Points scored or points allowed and that type of stuff. Alexandria 1, Anniston, Cherokee County, Hopes Bluff, Oneonta, Asheville, White Plains, and Etowah. Cross region for them would be Good Hope. They're one in the power rankings. Very interesting. And 1A local region power rankings. Appalachian 1, of course, undefeated. Spring Garden at 2 at 4-3. Then Woodville 5-1 at 3rd. Then Raglan and Galesville, then Valley Head, and then Ider. Let's see where the 3A. We'll check Piedmont and Westbrook. Region 6. Piedmont, Westbrook Christian, J.B. Pennington, Glencoe, Walter Weber, Locust Fort, Ohatchee, Weaver, Sachs. So Piedmont, Westbrook Christian, top two, and over there in the power rankings for that 3A spot. Now, last, let's see here. We'll look at that 2A. See who's up to do on Real Towns 1 in Region 4, Region 5, Tuscaloosa Academy, Region 6, 2A Coosa Christian, and Region 7, North Sand Mountain, Pisgah, Pleasant Valley, Cedar Bluff, Section Gaston, Sandrock. And gosh, I could go back and look at that again. Man, that Region 7 guys, whew, wow. Man, that's very interesting. Interesting stuff there to break down and talk about. Yeah, it's they're all, besides probably the top two, maybe three, but the three, like Pleasant Valley, they've kind of beat the other two or so. Man, yeah, you would kind of feel that way. Appalachian, he thinks Appalachian probably beat Woodville. That's what it feels like. But man, Woodville's rolling right now. I mean, they're getting after it. Yeah, they have been 2A. They were from 2000 to 21. They moved 1A 2 years ago. Yeah, man, I've seen them in 5 play some good games. Yeah, 7A is it's close here in the state as we can get to college. Now, like Georgia football, their 3 or 4A schools are and I think I know some of their 3A schools that are as big as 7A schools here, and then their 7A schools they have 5,000 kids in high school. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, I know, man. What do we do about that? What's the round table topic for that? What can we do? I mean, if you don't think I'm tired, I mean, but 2 and 3 and 5, 6, 7, I think. I think 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 last year, the North won in the championships. The North kind of took over a little bit there this past year. I'll have to double check, but I think I remember talking about that last year that, overall, not for just us right here, our guys, but overall we did overall in the state, the North did pretty well last year. Because you got to remember who won 3A a lot of times. Coach Smith over at Piedmont was a lot of victories over there, a lot of North victories for around here for the North. So, I don't know, what do we do? Geographically, it's just how it's laid out, and it's just how things are made, and how the population. Anytime you got a larger population, if you got more people to, a huge pool to pick from, you're going to have better odds, to have a better team just because you got more people to pick from. So when you get and like 4A up here is kind of like I've seen 3A teams in the South like. See, like, I don't know, I think on like Montgomery Catholic when they were 3A. Or Real Town. They look as big as 4A, schools up here. I mean, if you go up to any of these other 4A schools and you count players or look how the size of the players, those I mean, a lot of 3A South teams, guys. I tell you, have you seen Maplesville? They're 1A. Guys, go look at their players. Go look at McCray. Just look him up. There's articles written about him. Just go look it up. Look at their line. Look at Sweetwater back a couple of years ago. Their lineman's averaging 290 in 1A. Couldn't nobody push them around. They could just take the defensive line and drive them back off the ball 5 yards. And even if you tackle him, that line of scrimmage is 5 yards. I mean, they're 1A, and their line looks as big as 6A up here. I remember one or two of the guys, they matched 6 or 7A players. When we played Maplesville that year and went down there, Dunlap, watching him play, he went to Troy and played football. I mean, he started on defense. He was a tailback down there. He could have went to 3, 4, 5A schools, probably, at least 3 or 4A schools in the South. And I think he'd have played. It's size. Guys, some big old boys down there, man. That's just large, fast humans. Yeah, who used to be called the Berry of Birmingham. They, when Rush was there, they were just smoking everybody. Yeah. So the South is not always, but, last year, the North, 1, 3, and 6. So I remember us talking about that at the end of the year, like, so pretty much, I mean, we had a pretty good showing, 2A went to the South. And 5, and then of course 7. 7A, Saraland, those teams, and they're freaking good, man. They got some good football teams. So 4A South's good. I'm just telling you, that St. Michael team, man, those guys, I mean, and you think, well, Jackson lost to St. Michael. Well, they had 3 turnovers in the game. They lost by 10. And they were down 3 touchdowns at one time, and they come back. Had another turnover. St. Michael's took advantage of the turnover, which is what good teams do. When you got 2 good teams like that, whoever makes the first little flinch, it costs you a game. That's what happened. So there you go. Region breakdowns, all the games around here for Friday night, who's matching who, and kind of early, sneaky, dirty look at maybe what might happen. Some of this is just not going to – it's going to be a while, that 2A region with Cedar Bluff and Sandrock. I mean, both teams need to win that game. The section still has 3 tough region games left. So there's no way to – you can assume a lot of things, but assumptions only do one thing, makes a butt out of me and you both, right? And then I think Anniston's probably they're probably your team for probably be to win the region because of who they've already beat. I don't think there's enough meat on the bone for them to lose that region. So Cherokee County and Hokes Bluff tomorrow night. It'd be important for that big game for that region play. When they're hanging around, and even if it's just 2 and 5, it's still it's a region game. And Turkey County cannot. They can't dump that game, man. Hey, that'll put them in a bad spot because it's so close right now. And then they got to go out as injured next week. You wouldn't want to lose this week and then have to go like fight for fourth or something just to at Alexandria. Wow, it's a good region, man. That 4A Region 7 is they're going to represent state. They'll be representing the state. So, all right, that's enough out of here tonight. Poly State Podcast covering your high school football in Alabama. I appreciate all you guys and gals coming by. I hope I got everybody. Mason, hope all the boys are doing great. Spring Garden hosting Gillsville. I think that'll be a very interesting game. Two old school. They love to run the football. I bet they won't be. I bet over-under on Spring Garden Gillsville game. Over-under 10 passes combined, both teams. I bet it'd be close. 10 or 12. I would just kindly doubt if it was. It may be 10, but I bet it ain't. I for sure would bet it ain't going to be 15 passes for both teams. I bet one of them don't throw the ball 5 or 6 times because they get in the grooves and start running the ball, and if they don't get behind on sticks or penalties or a little something like that, Coach Ragsdale, Coach Knapp, if they stay ahead of the chains and they're getting 5 yards a plunk, they're going to run the ball all night. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Home field advantage definitely plays a part in it. It does. Spring Garden's a great place to go, and they really love to support their football team. And home field advantage will be key over there. Cedar Bluff, Pisgah. Cedar Bluff's fighting a big Pisgah monster with, great coaches, and they've been around a long time, been good for a while. And they've been putting up a lot of points on people, 40, 50 points on a lot of teams. And the games they lost are to teams that you kind of think, well, they lost to 5 in Plainview, which are, like 1 and 2 in their respected regions. So it's not a big deal. Yeah. Y'all be safe over there tomorrow night at Spring Garden. Hope nobody gets hurt, and hope that here's one thing I always hope for. Number one, kids, nobody get hurt. Just have fun, have a good game, and be respectful and represent your town, your community. Can we just get a good called game? Let's don't let the refs decide the game. Okay. That's the thing. Yeah. I hate it when games are decided by, a bad call here or there. I hate that. So we got some very interesting stuff going tomorrow night. Y'all go support your local people, and we'll catch you back here for the big show Sunday night. We'll break all these games down, really big important games, and college football Saturday. Probably got, there's probably about 3 or 4 teams maybe on upset alert. I don't know. Come back Sunday, and we will talk about it and figure it all out together right here on Locker Room Sports. Thank you, guys. Love y'all. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Friday, and enjoy the weather, man. It was great out this morning. So y'all have a great day.